It's always when you're shooting your first video, it's always a pain, but I'll have to get used to it, because every time I work on a tree I always feel like, oh wow, why you didn't shoot this? This is a Fuji cherry tree, and I've had this tree for 2 years now. I bought it when it was a little bit smaller, and I already gave it its first shape. Here it was taller as a tree, so I wanted to just like give a more interesting shape. The name of the channel actually comes from the fact that I don't have a lot of knowledge. I've only been doing this for 3 years, and it feels like it's the right time to start sharing what I'm discovering. In the past year I have been working on my trees and I haven't been recording my work, and every time I finish working on the tree I always kind of like thinking, wow, why you didn't record this? You could have recorded it, and it feels like a waste. I've noticed on my last trees this summer, when I was working on them, I was doing a lot of self-talking, and it was like, in a way, I was preparing myself to like talk in the camera. Now what I'm trying to see here is what direction I want to take with this tree. It's really challenging, especially for me, because I lack the experience, because I haven't been doing this for a lot of time. So I'm in a way trying to see what in a way the tree is teaching me. I see how it reacts. So I think I want to keep this branch here. This branch over here I want to keep it, because I really like the way it turns. But we have another one from here that it seems to be is becoming a new leader, is the tallest one in a way, with this one here, and I want to make the tree more visible. So I think I don't need this branch over here, so I'm thinking that I can get rid of it. But I also want to develop the tree. For example, if I let these branches grow, I'm gonna get a thicker trunk, and the same over here, but I don't need a lot of them, so 2 can do the job, 2 on each section. So over here already have one big thick branch. It's been developing really nicely, so I really do not need this one here. So this guy will just go away just like that. There you go. And as you can see, I'm not sure if you can see that, as this is my first video, I'm not sure if you can actually see here the details of what I'm doing exactly. And okay, that seems okay here. And I have that. I want to keep this branch because I like the way they are like kind of in a way connected with each other. They're in the same level, and this one will grow out long. And over here we are having one that is coming from the soil, so that's quite interesting. That could develop a second trunk eventually. But what happens usually when you repot the tree in a couple of years, you intend to remove some soil from the top, because the tree is pushing itself out and it's going to be coming out, and probably we're going to see this little branch that is coming from the lower part of the tree, which is probably from the roots. I'm not sure if this tree can develop other branches from visible roots, but we'll find out. We'll find out probably in the next couple of years. The reason I have it in this big pot is because I had this pot. This pot was given to me as a gift. Obviously my equipment is limited. I always use the same equipment again and again and again. This is like all the wires that I've used. It's a 2.0 from this one here. So today I'm gonna try and use this type of wires for these small branches, and we have the 3.5, which is this one. We're gonna try and use this one to give a more interesting shape to the toughest part of the trunk, the core, the main, and that would be quite challenging today. I also have this tool. I've used it before. This can help me maintain. If I manage to bend the main trunk, this thing will help me. You don't really need this thing, but I have it. Actually, this, now that I remember, my fiance got this for me, so it's proven to be very useful. But you can do without it. You can always improvise with wires. Even I always do that. Actually, I always improvise. I use I never have the correct wires because I do this at home and I do it for fun, and I'm never fully prepared, and I don't want to spend a lot of money in it because I'm not making any money out of it. So I'm trying to use what I've got. So what I've got is stuff that people usually have on their houses, and then I bought for myself some wires, and I'm trying to see what I can do with them. And sometimes, or most of the time, I always have the wrong wire. In order to find out if your wire is enough, thick enough, is, for example, if I want to bend this branch, I can do it with this wire. If I want to bend this branch, I can bend the top part, but if I try and bend this part, you'll see the wire is going to bend, and that's challenging. If you do not have this wire, you still have to find a way to bend this branch if you really want to bend it. So then you use other branches as anchors, and you force it down, or you double wire and you hope it's going to bend and stay bent. So I'm not going to do a lot of work here. My main priority is bending the toughest part, and I'm going to clear off some branches so I can make the tree more visible. So over here I really do not need this branch, so I'm going to take this guy out. So there you go. I want to make the tree more visible. So here I have 1, 2, 3 branches making the core thicker. So I'm not sure if I want to keep this one out and continue with this. Let's see, I think I want to get rid of this one here. Yeah, this is going away. There you go. Always, if you're growing trees at home, and if that's your hobby and you don't know how to start, the way I did it, I took a few trees. You can find a tree like that. Most of the nurseries are for maybe 30-40 pounds. I took it 2 years ago, so it was obviously smaller. The price I got it for was 25 pounds, and that's because I took it in September, which people usually don't buy around that month. So I think the price was smaller for this specific one, and it was just left in a corner. It wasn't even with the other trees. So I saw an opportunity, and I went for it. And yeah, so you can buy a tree and start working in it. And a way to expand is try and find out if your species that you have can make root cuttings, or from the branches you're getting, if you can make a cutting out of it. So I think you can do this one. I haven't been very successful with it. A way to do it is like you remove some of the branches out here, and best way to cut it is like that, so you get this wider space at the bottom and more water will go through the branch and in here. Now if you're cutting a branch that has a lot of bark, you can always try and peel off, scrap the branch down until you see this green vein, and from that vein more water will go through, and you're increasing your chances of having a second tree for free. So over here I want this one, and I don't need this small one that's coming out. I'm gonna leave these two just for the sake of making the trunk thicker, but eventually they're gonna come off. They're gonna stay, but they are not gonna be permanent branches. They're just gonna stay there to feed the trunk, to feed the tree. But I'm gonna start with wiring down. Trying things. So that was a lesson learned. Let's just see what happened. How strong this tree is. Look at that. So the hook bent completely. Oh, look at the difference. Not sure if you can see. You see this one here. So we're back again, and this time I found a knife. I went in my kitchen, I got a knife, and I used it as a saw, and I cut a lot more of it. So there's a big part missing of the tree. I'm very confident that the tree is going to be fine. So I'm going to try again. I've fixed my tool as well, so I brought this back, and we're probably going to be okay now. I'm gonna tape up the tree just to seal in the humidity that is going out, and I will prevent the tree from snapping. A lot of people I've seen on a lot of videos, some people that they think they say that they're like bonsai masters or whatever. They say I've seen them, they're bending like left and right, and they're giving this snake shape, and I've tried it and it really doesn't work for me. Like, I think the style looks really poor. I'm not sure if they're deliberately doing that on videos, so you won't be that successful when you see a final project. But what I like to do is, when I wire down, I want to keep twisting and twist as much as I can. So you gotta feel the tree. If you see you're following up how the tree is gonna look like later on, so you're slowly twisting and twisting, and the tree is gonna start taking this interesting shape. Then you twist a little more. Like, I really don't want this branch. See, this is when you know you have to cut things down. Because I have one here, like the guy from Hiron's Bonsai says, I don't know his name, so I like to know his first name so I can say that guy. I wanna just like keep saying his channel name. So maybe he introduced himself and I can't remember. So start watching his videos last year, and he's been a great teacher. He's been teaching me without even knowing that he's, which that's a beauty in it, right? Hopefully one day when I'll grow older I will manage to teach somebody, and someone might be proud of me, you know, say, oh wow, this guy is doing a good job, maybe. So I have to keep going this way here. You see, this is what I mean. You want to like twist, you twist, and you're just trying to feel if you are the tension that there is on your tree. And now when you twist, you kind of like bend a little bit. You try and bend this thing up, and then you follow up higher and higher. Over here I already feel some cracks, so I'm not gonna play with it too much. There you go. The moment you hear and you feel the tiniest crack, that's the point, the moment you know you can't go more. So now I've already have this nice shape. I'm gonna leave this branch just so it can feed up the tree. I'm not gonna touch this at all because I've already pressured the tree a lot. Over here we can probably go a little lower. We can go a little lower. There you go. There you have it. And over here we can wire. We use the big wire again. You see, that's it. That you need this stuff. This is the only thing you need. Big wire and medium wire. You don't really need the really thin one, except if you're doing really fine work. You can get a 1.1 or 1.5, but I think you can do the same job with a 2.5 or a 2.0 wire millimeter. So this is a 2.0, 3.5. Couldn't find bigger. I'm sure there are bigger wires because I've seen a lot of people doing a lot more work with more wires. So this branch is coming from here, so you see it's coming from down here, and I've used, you can even use this side, you know, you can even use this side and you can just go down. You can just like bend it down here. You have another one, which I don't really know which way I'm gonna go with this one. Might even just leave it up just to give that twist, because when you twist the branch you get this nice shape on the bark later on. But I'm actually quite proud of myself that I managed to bend even that much. And you see this part here, in a month's time, if I see the tree is fine and it's okay, or 2 months time, I'll screw a little bit more, and eventually I will have this trunk somewhere here, and it will look a lot more interesting, I hope. So now there's a mess over here, a lot of branches. This one has a branch here, so I'm not even sure if I want to keep this, but I'm leaving it for the time being. And try. Get a little caffeine on my system. So I'm trying to get this as low as possible because I'm going to be doing a lot of twisting, and I think I needed a bigger wire, but that's fine. We can still twist this bad boy. So now I'm starting the twisting process. So I'm trying to twist and twist so I can make this. And see, when you're twisting, you're seeing how the tree is going to look like. So I'm not really sure which way I want to go. I'm just letting the shape of the tree. There you go. I can already see I'm doing quite a lot of giving it a nice, there you go, for the first tiny crack. I don't want to go more. I don't want to go more than that. And now when the tree is going to grow, it's going to bite down that wire. So you're getting a bit of a better shape here, and I'm not sure if definitely I don't need two branches on the same spot, so I'm gonna get rid of one of the, I think I'm gonna take this one out because, or maybe this one, yeah, I think I'm gonna take this big bad boy here. There you go. This will grow nicely. There are more coming out of it, so we'll have more branches here, and I have a lot more coming. So if that's going to keep developing, I will keep twisting. So I'm coming in between. I need to be careful here. I don't want to break something. The tree is in a lot of stress right now. I'm gonna water constantly for the next couple of days, and I'm just gonna forget about it for a lot of time. I'm gonna keep an eye on it, see if it's doing all right, and as soon as I'm gonna be sure that this is okay and it keeps making new branches, the root is growing properly, then I will be 100% sure and really positive that tree is doing great, and that will be the moment I'm gonna make a follow-up video with this. And there you go, this is a tight spot actually. There you go, just like that. We're gonna go around it. Yeah, then I'm gonna make a follow-up video and show you that the tree didn't die and is doing fine. They're a lot stronger than we think that they are. A lot of times when I first took my first tree, I was so afraid to touch it, you know. I thought it's a fragile thing. Some of them are, you have to be very careful, but not this one. So now all I have to do is just keep twisting, just like you can bend like that, for example, but it will be a lot more interesting if you twist. So you're focusing on the wire, so you are avoiding you don't want to touch the branch because you're probably going to break it. And then after you've twisted a little bit, then you bend, and then you just let it rest. When the tree is gonna be strong enough, then you're gonna keep twisting, and then again and again and again, until you won't be able to go more, and you're gonna see the bark is breaking, and that would be the point that you take the wire out and you see if you want to do more of wiring. We'll take the big guy because that's quite thick, because I'm worried for this part, so it's better if I won't need too much. I'm gonna need probably twice the size. I'm gonna take a little bit more, so this is how much I'm gonna need, and that would be me with this tree. Oh, it looks like for now. Later on, I'm gonna keep working on it. You guys gonna be seeing the second video. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for staying up until this moment. And bear in mind, this is my first video. I'm really new when it comes to bonsais. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you like this video, press the button like and subscribe. There's gonna be a lot more videos coming. I'm gonna try to do as many as I can. Obviously I don't have a lot of trees, so but I'm gonna work on every single one of them and see what I can do to them. So until then, I hope you all are safe. Stay home if you can, stay safe, and if you go out, enjoy it. And